Hey gamers, welcome back to another episode of the PTGC podcast. This is episode 4 in our series. Today we're going to be talking about slang and lingo from video games, but we're actually going to choose 3 to rank. Yes, this is our top 3 ranking of video game slang and lingo. We're going to go over 1, honorable mentions, and then our choices for the top 3. With me today is my partners in this podcast. Please introduce yourselves, gentlemen.
What's up, guys? I'm Gio.
Hey, everybody. I'm Mike.
Yep. So, starting with Gio, can you give me your honorable mention, your second place, something you thought was very close to the top 3, but you just couldn't pick it?
Oh, I had to go with Ganking. Ganking because it's been in two of the games that I played most in probably the last 10 years or 15 years. Most popular term probably used for sure in those games. One of the most popular terms used.
All right, Mike. Gio has said Ganking, which he feels is the most popular, at least close enough to top 3. What do you choose as your honorable mention?
My honorable mention is bots, BOTS. You could take this many ways, like artificial intelligence, but mostly it's just people that play like bots, essentially. No, just do their own thing, just doesn't listen and just freaking dies consistently. I mean, you could say that as new players, but like, you know how we all know how they look like.
Yeah.
And play like.
Yeah.
And play like, yes.
It's funny that you brought up new as bot-like players, because my honorable mention is noob or newbie. That is 100% made by gamers because elitism exists in our community. So if you weren't a part of the elite, you were a noob. If you were new to a game and couldn't tell the details, you're a noob. Oh, look, you forgot where the entrance to a dungeon is? Noob.
Yeah.
It was always meant to express some lack of game knowledge, insult / slur. That's how bad it's become.
Not just that, but lack of skill.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I think we gave all our honorable mentions. Does anyone have a favorite of our 3 honorable mentions? Or just a choice? Because I honestly, if it was to me, I do think bots. Because when you said bots, I was thinking the first way, which is like actual like AI people just in games, NPCs, which is another video game term. And then you chose the people that play like that. It was the twist I never saw coming.
That ties into my top choice.
I do like newbie because people. It's crazy. Like people could play a game for so long and still be considered newbie or noob. So like,
they're not newbies. They're not newbies. They're just noobs.
They're not newbies. They're just noobs. Yeah, I'll say noobs.
I do love how we have those like differences. Just like newbie means you're new to the game. Noob means you have passed that noob period and are still bad. So you have been demoted to noob. You lost some letters.
Over. You're 90.
Just quit the game.
Just
uninstall, please.
That's another. That should have been another honorable.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That is a good one.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we've all said a lot about honorable mentions, but let's move on to our top 3, aka each of our number 1s that we've chosen that have to be in the top 3. Starting with Mike. Mike, would you give me your choice?
This gotta be the obvious top choice, and the reason why it's GG. Good game. We all have used it in any kind of game, but it's such big that we use it on the outside, even talking outside of games. People say GG. or GG easy now. It's you could add things to it. It's just has it takes on a very meaning depending on the situation. It could be mean negative or it could be positive. Like it's such a common lingo or slang, whatever you want to call it. It's there. It's in everything everyday life where we play games. So that is definitely my top choice.
It is a good choice. Definitely worth to be on top 3. Let's go out of rotation right now, and I'll give my choice real quick. So, my choice falls in a little bit behind my my honorable mention. Actually, it is one step further and exists literally only because of gamers, and that is the term NoobTube. NoobTube is just a derivative of noob, but it did more than just, oh, this is just a new player or anything like that. Did not become a slur. It became an object. It went into games as an object. From then on, and this is a funny derivative, like Call of Duty was the foreground of a lot of slang. And NoobTube became the term that cemented itself and became a part of every FPS. Because now no one will call a grenade launcher a GL anymore. It is never a grenade launcher. You will never hear anyone say it. I picked up the launcher. No. They picked up the NoobTube, okay? It was a term created in Call of Duty specifically because the people who we thought were either new to the game or could not play the game would pick up a NoobTube, which figured out the easiest way to get kills in that game. It was an exploit.
Yeah, it's easy. It was easy. Yeah, I mean, that's the go-to choice for everybody that's playing the game that want kills. And it was so frustrating.
Yeah.
You were either getting called the noob tuber or the camper. One of the two you were getting called.
Yes. And the only difference between a camper and a noob tuber is the grenade launcher.
Sometimes the camper would actually camp with the noob tube, and then you really be angry.
Noob camper. That's what you became. All right. Now
Tilt.
Tilt is another one. Yes.
That is.
All right. Last but not least, GL, give me your choice that needs to be a part of the top 3.
All right. Well, my choice is because, like you said, about that community, and then I was part of the World of Warcraft community, League of Legends. The term toxic is very popular in these communities. And we were discussing this a little before off camera. It was kind of like I was debating. I'm like, I think that term kind of got popularized because of video games, and we use it so much now in mainstream media. But yeah, if you know anything about gaming in those communities, you know how toxic that environment is. And I mean, I just look at it as just competitive nature, and sometimes it's a little bit bad sportsmanship, and you know, that's why we label it toxic. But yeah, that's my one. Toxic.
Alrighty, that is all our 3 choices. We have GG, NoobTube, and Toxic. All right, we're going to spend a few minutes discussing over which one is definitely number 3, definitely number 2, and definitely number 1. Let's discuss which one we feel should be number 3. Okay, which one do you think is the lesser of the two of all of them? Do you think NoobTube? NoobTube is the lesser of all of them?
I would have to say
NoobTube. Yeah.
Look, my defense.
Go ahead.
My defense is that I do think Toxic existed before video games.
The word existed.
Yeah,
and the meaning existed before video games. Because yes, we use it in toxic relationships, but there's also, and forever has the coined term of toxic as a person. Someone can be personally toxic, and that was originated in, if I remember correctly, high school terminology. Like
I would say yes.
Kid terms, kid slang.
Your argument is valid. Okay. But the only reason why I would put YouTube on number 3 is just because it's kind of specific to one game,
One genre.
one genre of a game.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I just feel it since it's just one was really on one game. I can't put because toxic is really, really prevalent in gaming communities.
Yeah,
I mean,
It's always it's a negative term. Like toxic is just like we don't want that. That is a slang of what we don't want. That's what that is. Toxic
Listen,
is like
I didn't say
we're
it was a
toxic,
good thing.
not as a good way, not in a good way.
I mean, there's ranking about good or bad words. It's just what's
it's
used a lot. And like I said, you have a valid argument that toxic has been existed before the gaming. And of course, that's obvious because it was in the freaking dictionary, Webster dictionary.
yeah. But I'm not arguing that toxic didn't exist prior to. But I feel like how could I say it? The involvement in video games and in the community aspect and influence driven by video games to that word has made it a more mainstream used word in that sense. And it's kind of hard to argue that fact because you hear so many people talk about video games and they'll be like, oh, Call of Duty's community, that's toxic. Man, that it just instantly, that's the word they go to, toxic. So it's kind of hard to say it's not a big term or slang, or it's not really a slang. I mean, we use it in a certain way per se, but toxic, I just can't put noob tube because kind of like Mike said, it's just it steers to one genre, noob tube.
All right. So it looks like 2v1, ranked third is NoobTube.
What rank would you put NoobTube then?
I would have put it second. It's not number one.
Okay.
It's not number one.
Yeah. Right. No. Listen, I already know what I'm gonna put number 2. Is my word because there's nothing topping GG. Like I say it even in regular day life. GG. Good job.
Like the only thing GG doesn't have going for it against toxic, and this is just basically the only thing I could give it. I feel like good game probably existed because board games have existed for a very long time. Gaming has existed for a very long time. It probably got shortened to GG, but good game is probably existed for as long as human society
sports
has
too.
New
Sports.
games. Exactly. Good game was used in football. It's used everywhere. GG is just a shortened version of that. That's it.
The abbreviation.
Yes, because gamers like to abbreviate everything.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of abbreviation in video game. We can go down a whole list.
DPS.
RIP.
AFK.
PvP, PvE.
ARPG, RPG, FPS. We even shorten our
MMO.
genres. Yeah,
MMO.
we don't even like to say our genres. Like in film and everything like that, they got like horror, comedy, and then us, we got an FPS, we got an MMO, we got a MOBA.
It's true. It's true.
Everything.
We literally abbreviate everything.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I'm going with toxic as number 2.
I can't go against that. I say toxic number 2.
Toxic is our confirmed number 2, leaving GG number 1. Well, our top rankings are number 1, GG, number 2, Toxic, number 3, NoobTube. That's it from us, our top 3 of video game and our video slang and lingo. We want you to either agree, disagree, put in the comments what you think is the top 3, and tell us which any of us gave an honorable mention or choice that you liked. That'd be it for us for this episode. Thank you for watching.
Later.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Part-Time Gamers Podcast. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. And follow us on our other social platforms on TikTok, Instagram, and Discord. Links for those will be provided in the description. Thank you again. We will see you on the next episode of the podcast. And make sure you make some time for video games. Peace.